Hello, everyone. Before we start, so we have new rules here. So I brought some honey, so I will ask my speakers if they know the origin of this honey, just watching.
It's a quiz.
So this is the first question, okay? It's not in the program, but we will start like this.
That wasn't in the script.
No, not in the script. This is the only test that we have to do. So I am asking our expert, do you know the producer of this honey?
Samar.
Yeah.
Raf.
But
no.
Who's the producer?
Producer, ADAFSA.
ADAFSA, yes, correct one. So this is the rule. Eh? If you ask a smart question, the three first smart questions, you will get one honey jar, okay? If you ask very hard question, or you will get this jar. That's fine? Let's start. So thank you very much. So let's start. So welcome to this panel session. We will talk about honey. Honey is sweet. We love honey. We use honey for medicine. We use honey for our health. We use honey for gifts. But believe me, honey is sweet, but making honey is not sweet at all. It's very hard work. So here we have our expert. We have the old generation, Dr. Saad, the new generation, Dr. Ihsan, Zuahira, and
the old.
Okay.
I'm old as Dr. Saad.
And we have Mahara, the next generation. So now we will try to understand. The situation is quite bizarre and amazing. We have a very harsh climate. We have very harsh condition to make honey in the Emirati. And still, we have one of the best honey in the world. And still, we have really a very good aquaculture and a strong research ecosystem on honey. So we have the expert with us. We have two experts from ADAFSA. ADAFSA is leading the honey research and the plant research in the United Arab Emirates. We have Zuahira. She is the president of the UAE Foundation. She is doing a good job transmitting the knowledge. We have Mahara. Mahara is our future, by the way. So it's quite amazing to have a young generation adopting this, the beekeeping and the honey. So I will start my first question to, I
can't hear.
1 second. I need my glasses. Okay, so the first question that I want to ask, I want to start with Dr. Ihsan. Dr. Ihsan, we know your background. You are from ADAFSA. You are doing a good job. But can you explain a little bit what's ADAFSA journey?
ADAFSA's journey during the research.
Yes.
In fact, let me start with the words that our journey is really exceptional one. And we start in 2015. The situation was really challenging. Mostly because, as you know, as also you have a background on beekeeping, that most of the beekeeping colonies are dying off due to many reasons. And the beekeepers has every year to import a new colony, not every year, in fact, every season, to import a new colony in order to start his own business. The dying off is due to many reasons. So when we start from the beginning, we start from analyzing the gap and where is the problem. From this information we start our programming in the research, where we find that we need to focus before we start with the breeding and improving the bee breeds, we have to address the challenges that are facing to overcome the problem of dying off. So we depend in our research journey on four main parallel pillars. The first one is developing a package of technology that serves as, that ensure that the beekeeping and colonies will continue from one year to another and throughout this year. The second one is
Can you
improving.
explain this a little bit? It means that we have the bees dying twice a year, right?
Yeah,
And you solve this problem of deaths?
the problem was coming from different aspects. It's not one problem, in fact. It's first from the varroa mice. The second one is the poor nutrition, and the forage is very scarce in the UAE. The third one, the absence of a local bee breed adapted to the UAE condition. And the fourth reason is mainly due to bee eater and extreme high temperature. So during our research, we have developed an innovative technology in order to overcome these problems, these challenges, and we succeed to improve the percentage from 10% die-off of the colony to 96% of the colony, which is very high.
Which is really amazing.
Yeah, this is the first barrel. The second barrel in research, we start with the bee breed improvement program. We do selective and we build a solid and scientific breeding program for selecting the high performance lines of bee breed. The third one is to enhance the flora, and forage, which we consider is very scarce in the UAE, but we discovered that there is a rich and there is a good type of flora that can be used in order to fill the gap between summer and cedar. And the fourth barrel that we have used is to transfer know-how technology from our research station to the beekeeper and start training them on the new protocol and the new practices that ensure that the beekeeping will continue all throughout the year. So at the end of now, we are understanding that this continuity and sustainability that we start with, we reach to the stable and more sustainable condition with the beekeeping.
Thank you very much, Doctor. So you have at least 4 or 5 different huge complex problems that you addressed in ADAFSA, which is quite amazing. It's really, and you are telling me this is 15 or 20 years work, right? This is 15 years work.
When we start from 2015. So it's around 10 years ago where we start, and we are standing on a stable and solid foundation.
This is really amazing. So my next question is to...
For me or...
my next is to Mahara. Mahara, this is a very hard work. So why you have this passion for beekeeping?
So first of all, I would love to introduce myself. My name is Mahara Al Naqbi, known as the youngest beekeeper in the United Arab Emirates. I'm 13 years old, and my journey started in 2022 when I was 9 years old. So there is a foundation. They train you how to be a beekeeper. So since there, I learned about beekeeping. After getting my certification, I started with 2 hives. And then I started producing honey. So that's how my journey started, and my family supported me.
This is really amazing. So definitely the next question is for you, Zuahira. How it's possible to get them out of TikTok and YouTube and get them being beekeepers?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
This is for Zuahira, because I'm asking Zuahira.
Sorry.
So Zuahira, how it's possible to, based on your experience, and you are promoting young beekeepers, so how, I don't see it as an easy work.
You don't see? Sorry.
As an easy work to get the new generation adopting this technology, doing beekeeping, loving honey and bees.
So First, we're a non-profit organization that focus on education, right? And so we're the Beekeepers Foundation, and we have a special focus on youth. And last year, for the first time, we hosted an international event called International Meeting of Young Beekeepers, which is a competition that regroups countries from all over the world. And we decided to look for young beekeepers to represent the UAE. And we assembled a team of 3 young beekeepers, aged 12. And they were extremely motivated, and they had 2 beautiful mentors, 2 lady mentors, 2 lady beekeepers. And the passion that you see and the dedication that you see in these youth is extremely, how can I put it, inspiring. So they competed on a world stage for the first time. They were the youngest delegation with 12 years old, and they ranked so high and they behaved so beautifully, so that you can see that by instilling, this pride that they're representing their country. They put more efforts to excel, and what they have achieved is absolutely stunning. So they were ranked top 10 for a first participation and being in the youngest teams. So in my view, I was interviewed that day, at that time, and they asked me, where do you see the future of beekeeping? And I can tell you, it lays with the youth.
And you told them, Mahara, this is the future of the beekeeping, right?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. This young generation, in general, is more inclined in protecting nature, in sustainability. They're really aware. And they believe in sustainable beekeeping. So they are, in my view, the best ambassadors and the best.
Yes, definitely. Can I ask you one question? Was this involvement of the youth an important criteria? I know that you won the Apimondia, so ADAFSA and the Federation for Beekeeping. Foundation for beekeeping. So I know that you won the organization of Apimondia. Was this criteria of involving youth in beekeeping, was it important in the qualification?
Absolutely. So we're proud to announce that we will be the next host of Apimondia Congress. For those who are not familiar, Apimondia is the International Federation of Beekeepers Association worldwide, yeah, and we are members here with ADAFSA as well, and we have bid to host the next Congress. So in 2027, this big event is coming to the UAE, and we invite you all to come and so a little bit of promotion here to come and attend this amazing event.
Thank you.
We brought our candidacy in a light of, okay, it's very unlikely that a country like the UAE, small, young, in arid lands, can have beekeeping. So this is the misconception, this is the idea that we want to bring here, which is shedding the light on all the efforts that are being done in the country, in the region, in terms of beekeeping and in terms of education. Our mission as a foundation is mainly educational, and there is a lot of initiatives that we promote, including the youth, including women empowerment. So this is a central piece that we want to highlight. So the theme that we brought forward is beekeeping for the future. and beekeeping for the future in terms of education, innovation, and sustainability, which is three pillars that the UAE beekeeping stands on. So yes, we will focus mainly on these pillars, and we will make sure to bring new blood. This is what we keep telling Apimondia. We need new blood. We need a new generation of beekeepers.
Yeah.
So if you have in your surroundings youth that are interested in beekeeping, we have a national team of young beekeepers that we want to promote and to bring to life. So please get in touch with us.
Thank you very much, Zuahira. We appreciate your effort, and we are really proud of the efforts of ADAFSA and your efforts. And we are proud that the United Arab Emirates and Dubai will host the Apimondia 2027. It's a huge achievement for the United Arab Emirates. And now let's go to Dr. Saad. Dr. Saad, you are a senior researcher. I think you are probably the oldest researcher in Honeybee in the Emirates. No, James is is older than you. But you are the second one. It's quite complicated. This is a very complicated business, beekeeping. What do you think? What are the main challenges that the beekeepers are facing here?
What? I can't understand.
What are the main challenges that beekeepers are facing in this region?
Okay, thanks, Dr. Fouad. So the main challenge for the beekeeper here in United Arab Emirates is summertime, the gap of summer times. In fact, the heat stress. So it's very difficult for beekeeper to keep the bees during the summer. It's very hard for them to find a way how you can protect the bees against the heat stress. ADAFSA was built and they designed a strong program. This program is based or rely on scientific basement. This scientific basement directly focused in some honeybee races and started in 2015 to evaluate some honeybee races comes from outside of United Arab Emirates, and we are focused in the standard honeybee races like Apis mellifera carnica, they imported from Jordan, Apis mellifera yamanica imported from Saudi Arabia, and Apis mellifera logistica, we have 4 lines is imported from Australia. And we have hybrid lines that comes from Egypt. It's a hybrid between logistica and carnica. Apis mellifera logistica, it's Italian bees. Apis mellifera carnica is European bees, and Apis mellifera yamanica, it's Arabian bees.
Dr. Saad, one question. We have a lot of species and of bee species that we can have in the Emirates. We can outsource. We can buy a lot of different bee species. How can we select them? What's the best one? What's the worst one? This is quite interesting question.
Yeah, after we get all of these races, we evaluate it again adapted for our environmental conditions, for honey production, for resistant against Nosema and Varroa. And after that, we start our first generation. It comes from Apis mellifera germanica or Arabian bees and Australian bees. This is the first one. After that, we get to the second generation. This is the critical point for this program. How you can create our generation. We go through the drone of the bees. The drone means the male, because the drones have the pure DNA of honeybees. Why? You know, the drone is as a genetically is 1N. That means the drone completely comes from the mother. Drone in the bees don't have any fathers. It comes from the mother. In this one, we can completely sure the DNA of the honeybees is completely pure DNA from Yamanica. So collect the semen from Yamanica bees and use pure queens to produce our second generation and called it Emirati bees. After that, we try to find a way how we can protect this race. And to protect this race, we need to evaluate with the beekeeper. We produce the queens, distributed for the beekeepers, and evaluated with the beekeepers. Until now, we have 10 generations. We produced more than 22,000 queens and distributed more than 18,000 for the beekeepers.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Your work is amazing, and honestly, you are changing a lot in the beekeeping business in the United Arab Emirates. الآن خليني أروح على let's go back to دكتور إحسان. دكتور إحسان, how can we make the bees stronger? I don't know, is this the right question? Should we make them stronger, or should we just look for the bees that are strong or adapted to the climate? What's your opinion on this matter?
Yes, of course. You can use the
Can we
term.
give them vitamins and just no?
Yeah.
نعمل لهم تمارين يعني
It's a
they go to
kind.
the gym and no, how can we get?
It's customized for them. In fact, when you are seeking for having strong bees, in fact, you are dealing with two main approach. One is the genetics, which already Dr.
الجينات.
The first one, yes, and the second one is environment, which include your management, pest control,
But can we work on
supplement.
genetic? يعني is there no solution or just basic?
It's two parts. So I say it's genetics and also the environment. In the genetics, we do a very scientific approach in doing selecting and selecting the high performance lines. And we use artificial insemination and mixed semens from different kinds, from different drones in order to give our
So
bee breed.
one of the answers is the genetic
diversity.
selection, right?
The first one, yes, at the top. Then for the environment, we start with the pest management and control, where varroa mites was the most main problem for dying of this colony. So we have tested in several synthesized and natural acaricide, and we choose the best for the UAE. This is in one side. The second side, doctor and our team had developed naturally made substance made from lactic acid for the nosema and thyme solution extract for the varroa. By that, we had minimized. You will never control 100% the varroa destructor, but you will minimize it when you are putting your treatment on the same time, on the suitable time. This is one approach. The second approach we have developed from gravity and other resources is supplement. As we said from beginning, that shortage in forage and nutrition, poor nutrition for bees is the second problem, the challenges for dying off. So we have developed different kinds of supplements collected from the native resources, which can help us, especially in the time when there is no forage in the area. The second approach was to develop a protocol, a yearly program for the beekeeper, which he has to follow exactly in order to keep his bees strong and at the same time productive. And we do many workshops in order to train them, and we have a good feedback from the beekeepers where they ensure that
Are you training the technician and local beekeepers on artificial insemination? Because it's quite complicated.
In fact, it's now restricted for our researcher. We have 5 researchers who had trained on artificial insemination, and really they developed their skills, and they now really amazing in doing artificial insemination, and we have a high percentage of success. You know, artificial insemination, there is some...
you have to do is the work under microscope. I'm a chemist, by the way. I don't like to work with microscope.
You need to pass to our stand so you can see our artificial insemination.
She will go, Mahara will go to your stand.
That's
you can teach her.
Yes. And for other approaches, we in order to make sure you make her feeling...
اوكي next question. مهرة حسألك بالعربية. اوكي السؤال مهرة احكي لنا القصة بتاعك، يعني كيف رجعتي بيكيبرز، اي عسل تعملي، كم خلية عندك، كيف الاشياء هذه؟
الحمد لله أنتج أكثر من نوع عسل. أنتجت عسل السدر، عسل السمر والقرم والأزهار، وعندي 35 خلية.
كم؟
35 خلية.
يا بيزنس وومن ها؟
إن شاء الله كاثرة مع نهاية السنة يكونوا 50 خلية.
اوه ذيس فيري جود. والله جيد جدا. يعني السؤال اللي عندي ليك يعني انت تبيع المنتوجات بتاعك؟
هي الحمد لله بالعادة أونلاين، بس الحمد لله الحين قمت أشارك في معارض ومؤتمرات وأعرض من منتجاتي.
اوكي شكرا لك. Next question Miss Zuahira. Miss Zuahira, of course you talked about your experience working with beekeepers. Then what's the importance to bring such big event like Apimondia to the...
Sorry, cannot hear.
يعني what's the importance? Why it's important to bring such big events and to the United Arab Emirates?
I can't hear it.
What?
You don't hear me. Okay. Why it's really important to bring event like Apimondia to the United Arab Emirates?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, Apimondia is the global go-to worldwide for beekeepers. So it has different components. It has an Api Expo, which is a huge expo for beekeeping equipment, queen breeding, honeys, etc. And then you have the scientific component, which is like a symposia of different themes such as biology, pollination, etc. And then you have an interesting other aspect, which is like a local flavor, which is the excursions, the technical excursions. So imagine bringing the whole world to this region and showcasing the richness. Dr. Ihsan calls it a desert miracle, and it truly is a desert miracle. So we know that in like the global heat waves, you know, the climate change is affecting the whole world, and us, the vulnerable regions such arid zones even more. So despite all these challenges, we're able to develop a sector that is very unlikely, but is very important for the survival of our biodiversity, for our food security. The panel before was talking heavily about food security. So beekeeping is a main instrument in this region to secure the future in terms of food and biodiversity. So we want to showcase all the efforts that are done locally and give ideas. I mean, the main focus of Apimondia is to promote beekeeping, but what we see year after year is that it's mainly focused on the northern regions, the honey producers. So there is very little that is focused on our regions, although arid lands, as you know, cuts across all continents, and it's a big part of the landscape. And beekeeping can be a solution in terms also of economy security. So all these movements of people from the south to the north could be mitigated through beekeeping. So these are the aspects that we want to showcase. There is a lot of efforts done locally from ADAFSA, from Fujairah Research Centre, from Saad. So we are a small country, we're a young country, mainly in terms of beekeeping, but there is a lot that is being done and worth showing and be proud of.
Thank you very much, Zuahira. We fully agree. Beekeeping and honey is part of the food security. Without food security...
How did I forget about the honey?
Yeah, of course.
And of course, we have one of the best honeys in the
Yes,
world.
yes,
And this is what you call the desert miracle, the honey.
And we have a lot of study and research study that are demonstrating that the Emirati honey is really superior to other honey in many, many parameters, many qualifications.
Yeah, I have attended a few lectures a few years before at Apimondia, specifically on the comparison between Manuka honey and cedar honey.
Yeah, cedar is superior.
Yeah?
Definitely, yeah. The last study that we have done with the University of Sharjah,
So we have to seal the deal here in
Yeah,
2027. That,
it demonstrating that the Manuka anti-inflammatory and antibacterial property are superior, no, are inferior to the cedar honey, definitely. This brings, yeah, we know we have experts like you, doctor, and we have big organization like Sanad, like ADAFSA, but this is the, let's say this is the research. How it's possible? How are you connecting between the discovery that you are doing in research and the beekeeper and the training, يعني the real world, the business and the training?
أنا ما سمعتش أي حاجة.
والله مش أنا.
Yeah. My question, Dr. Saad, you are doing good and amazing research and you have good results. How are you connecting between your results and the beekeeping industry or the beekeeper training? ما تسمعني؟ It's كيف تعمل connection بين الريسيرش وبين البيكيبين وبين التريننج، بين الثيوري وبين البراكتس.
For the protected for the bees and honey. How we can protect the bees and how we can
Yeah,
recommend
the
for
question, you have discovery, then you have people working on the field, you have beekeepers, and how are you matching between both of them? كيف تحول, how are you transforming the research to practical things?
Okay. So in ADAFSA, in fact, we have many channel to connect with the association, with the beekeeper. We have cooperation with the association, and for the beekeeper, we have many training courses. We are starting to register all the beekeeper to join us for the training courses, for the festivals for honey. We have always have a channel to contact with the beekeepers, but mainly the scientists. We have to share with the beekeeper the outcome of our projects, our experiments about honey production, about honeybee diseases resistant, pests resistant, and so on. So we are working now how we can protect our bees, and in the same time how we can produce a pure honey that are completely free of antibiotic, free of pesticide, and so on. The first thing is we need to have a specific treatment, we can say natural treatment against Nosema, against Varroa, the main two pests and diseases that attack the bees here in United Arab Emirates. We have many pests and diseases that can attack bees outside of Emirates, but in UAE we have the main one is Nosema, and we recommend it for the beekeeper. And we had a training course last September, how the beekeeper can treat the hives against especially Varroa and Nosema. You can use honey vinegar against Nosema, lactic acid bacteria, and against Varroa you can use simul extract, or you can use oxalic acid. So this is a natural products you can use to treat the hives before the season and after the season. After the season, it's a critical time because when you extract the honey, the bees' immune system is completely down. So, and this time is the time for Nosema to attack the mid gut of the bees. And the Nosema, we said it's a silent diseases, and the beekeeper cannot have any diagnosis before the bees dies. He suddenly found that all the bees is dying, and this becomes before the Nosema attacks the mid gut after you extract the honey. Beekeepers here are completely extracted the honey from the hive. You don't let any honey for the bees to eat or so on. So in this time, you need to treat your hive with lactic acid bacteria or honey vinegar or vinegar. But in this time, we need to treat the hive 3 times. And if you have this treated, you can't use any antibiotic. That means you will be produce highly quality honey without any antibiotics. How you can share this with the beekeeper, how you can contact with the beekeeper, with the training course, with some message we send to the beekeeper, with the people who registered with ADAFSA, all of this we can move to them, and also distribute it for many of the beekeeper lactic acid bacteria to use against Nozema.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saad. It's really interesting to see how you are bridging this gap. Let me go back to Dr. Ihsan. So this is the last question, okay? So we'll finish with this last question. Dr. Ihsan, can you just relate to some success story from ADAFSA experience? And this is the first question. The second one, what's your advice to the new generation, how they can become researcher in this kind of particular research?
I think we have a life success story here. The new generation that they are engaged in the beekeeping, and that's kind of knowledge transfer from our researcher and even the beekeeper foundation to the new generation. On another note, I can remember that our beekeeper who had received an intensive training course in a competition standard, how to prepare their samples, this year had when in Paris and London in the honey show, it's called award. They win 7 medals.
Oh,
6 of them are gold and 1 platinum. And really, I think this is the high impact that we see that our work and our transfer of information and sharing of knowledge with our beekeeper have a good result. But at the top of that, the main success story for us is when you have all conditions are against you, and then you achieve your goal. Hear the story. In other countries, they have everything. All the conditions are with them.
So if I understand, you got 5 medals.
Medal, yes, medal.
You should give me one.
In London, sure, yeah, we will borrow you one.
Okay, my next question.
The last, I think the conservation of Arabian honeybee, Apis mellifera yamanica, is the main success story that we have achieved in our project.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We will حنختم بمهرة. مهرة ما حسألك عن قصة نجاح لأن فقط جلوسك معنا هو قصة نجاح itself لأنك it's amazing يعني الشغل اللي عملتيه جيد جدا. ايش اللي تنصحي به هذا الشباب اللي مثلك اللي علشان يدخلوا في المجال هذا بتاع النحل؟ ما هي نصيحتك للشباب مثلك؟
نصيحتي لكل الأجيال القادمة وللشباب إذا حابين يعني يدرسون هذا المجال إنهم بداية يدرسون علم النحل وإنهم يوفرون الأدوات اللازمة، اللبس وكل شيء، وإنهم يوسعون من طموحاتهم وإنهم يركضون وراء أحلامهم.
Okay, شكرا مهرة، شكرا. Thank you very much, Dr. Saad. Thank you, Zuahira. Thank you, Dr. Ihsan. And thank you, Mahara. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any question, please go ahead and don't forget. If you ask a very interesting question, you will win a honey jar. Any question?
No, مفيش أسئلة.
Competition.
I will give all the jar to Mahara if no question.
Yeah, she deserves. نحن فخورين فيكي جدا.
Okay, thank you very much. If there are no questions, so we will close this session. Thank you very much for your interest, and thank you for Dr.